Here is our 2004 GE glass cooktop stove, and yeah, it's in need of a self-cleaning because that looks really terrible. And yeah, she's got some stone trays in there. We'll take those out, obviously. So let's do a self-clean and see what the results are. It'll take a few hours though. I think well, you can change it, but I think she typically likes to run it around 3 hours or so. There, so my wife Ellie has removed the trays and the stones, and you can see further in there. Looks terrible. Okay, so go ahead with the procedure. Now we haven't run the self-clean in some time. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, you got to pull the lever over. That's right. Lock it. That's good.
Lock.
So 4 hours and 20 minutes. I think normally you don't use the whole length of the timer. I think you go maybe like 3 hours, but it's been a long time.
Oh, now I can change it.
Self-clean.
I just have to think how to change it.
You want to set it to like 3 hours?
3 hours?
Yep.
And then press start.
Start on. Okay. And now it'll do its thing. And we'll check back periodically. And then, of course, we'll see how well it cleans. Now, we didn't put any cleaning product in here at all. We're trusting the oven to completely clean itself perfectly. Ah ha ha ha. Stay tuned. And just to be safe, we removed anything that could possibly be affected by, well, exhaust heat a little bit. Gave it a little breathing room so it won't heat anything up on either side or any of the spices. And she actually had a leaf that was there, so probably wouldn't catch on fire, but still bugs me nevertheless. Ah, the warm bottom burner cleaning glow. The top one isn't on at the moment. Several hours later, 2 minutes left. Can't wait to find out what it looks like inside. So that's what it does when you get down to 0 minutes. Now everything's still plenty hot. And I don't think this will open. Nope, it will. Okay. So we can technically open this and see what it looks like. But everything is still very, very warm. So if you choose to do that, be careful, because you know there's going to be a bunch of heat that's going to roll out. Here, I have a temperature gun. And yeah, see, look what's coming out of here. Yep. It's not bad, but it's definitely warm. So be careful, and I normally recommend that you wait for a period of time until everything begins to cool down. Yeah, okay, that's nice. That's cooling down nicely. That's not as hot as it was a few minutes ago. And let's see, what's this like? Oh yeah, okay, that's not too bad. But again, be careful.
Okay, what am I doing? Just
Right.
push the button off?
All right, so now I think Mrs. Lab's down here, and I think you have to turn the self-clean off. It's been so long, we've forgotten what we do.
Probably just...
Okay,
off.
Clear off. All right, there you go. That's it. Clear off. Now the time comes back on, and if you want to be careful, don't put your face in it. Slowly open the oven. So I did a measurement here just a couple minutes ago, and it was over 120. So what's in there might be a little warmer. Yep, just gently open. See, how is it? All right, it's not too bad. All right, it's good. That's good. Now some of it's going to look okay. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the temperature that's still inside some of the oven. You can see that's in Fahrenheit, by the way. That's not Celsius. So that's very, very hot. That's not something that you want to mess with. We're being very careful. But as you can see, there is the after, right? So obviously there's, some goo here, but a lot of this should technically be able to wipe off, but we'll find out in a few minutes. There, that's what the inside is, the very hot inside. Yeah, that's well over 200 some odd degrees, so that'll definitely burn you. So the oven is sufficiently cool, but it's not cold. I'll show you what the temperature is in a minute. And the wife has decided on these 3 chemicals and a couple of different scrubby devices and some paper towels. So take it away, Mrs. Lab. Otherwise known as Ellie. So see, we have some heat. It's not dead cold at all. See, the glass is a little bit higher temperature than the metal.
10 degrees, huh?
Yeah, 10 degrees. Okay, take it away.
Here's where you gotta get creative to get in the stove.
So she's going to show you what those 3 cleansers actually will do and will not do.
I'm just wiping down the white powder.
Yeah, the white powder residue.
Too much water.
Yeah.
The white powdery stuff that just lays in here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's kind of, I don't know what you call it, like an ashy powder or whatnot, because I think this oven, last time I measured it, gets up to, I think it's close to 900 degrees, might be 850, something like that. So this oven is almost 2 decades old. It's in relatively good shape. Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah, believe it or not, I already put my my hand on there, making sure that it didn't feel that hot. But the temperature gauge is a great way to feel it before you touch it. So go ahead in the comments below. Let my wife Ellie know what you use to clean your oven. Long time ago, decades ago, I used to use oven cleaner. I'm talking about back in the 1980s. And you know what? It did a good job, but oh, it smelled so bad. So we're just trying to find other ways other than oven cleaner. Because yes, we know about oven cleaner. It works, but oh, does it ever smell terrible.
Oh. I think we found a little dirt.
Yeah. Now you can see what we're up against here with the glass. So.
Okay, gotta just rinse this off. So that seal had some.
Yeah, that's not bad though. So far we're kind of batting 1,000. Everything here looks pretty great. Of course, up above there it doesn't really get very dirty. So what's really left is that terrible looking glass.
So I have a little soap on there, so we're gonna try soap first.
All right.
Before the big chemicals come out.
Soap with the good agitation side, not the sponge side.
Yep, got the little rough side.
Yeah. So just
Seems
simple.
like it's doing it.
All right. Well, great. Jeez,
I mean, when I touched it, it was awful. Yeah, this is very sticky.
Sure. Got all those chemicals
Yeah,
out.
look at that.
Maybe we don't need much of anything.
Well, the top half cleans a lot faster than this bottom half.
Seems like it's coming off.
It's a lot harder to get it off the bottom half of the glass.
Yeah.
I can feel just by rubbing over it that it's...
Well, the fact
really
that it's
grimy.
doing anything at all, the fact that it's
Yeah.
working that well, that's just amazing. So you know what I got to do? I got to go over there. Keep doing your thing. I'm going to grab the Palmolive bottle and add it to the pile. So that's what's on the sponge right there. Just Palmolive.
My hand needs a rest for a second.
Yeah.
I'm not a lefty, so this is not...
Well, that's looking pretty darn good. As I tell you, Palmolive is probably about the cheapest chemical you have there. And it's certainly very non-destructive. And, well, you know, I mean, it's kind of food grade. It's what you put on your dishes to clean them up, and then you rinse them off, so... I think that's just about got it.
It's 2 little dots right there. They are not budging.
Not budging. Can you feel them?
No.
Oh.
Well, tiny bit, but
Okay.
they are just not budging.
All right. Well, we're not. The goal is not perfection here, to be sure. But that is really surprising, and
Yes.
that's so nice to know.
Those guys are stuck on there.
No need for fancy chemicals. No need for stinky chemicals.
Yeah, because that smell would be in the oven the first time you started cooking with it.
Yeah.
I think no matter how much you rinse the chemicals out, you still smell it when the oven heats up.
Yeah. So she's going to have to do a fantastic rinse job, to be sure. See, look how clean that is. And just rinsing off with water. Obviously, make sure whatever chemical you decide to use, that you need to completely rinse every trace off, because as the wife said, once you crank that oven up, it's gonna smell.
Well, I'd say that's an improvement.
Wow. So we got a couple of, well, a little bit more than a couple of, can I even feel that? What's in that? Barely. So that might be permanent or require entirely too much effort. But see, at this distance, all I see is just a couple of dots, and I don't really see anything else. So that's probably good enough. I bet you we'll just stop there. What do you think?
Well, do we want perfection?
Did you want to go further?
Let's try some one thing. I don't know if this is any different than the sponge I was using. It's just a...
Oh, okay. She has
Scouring thing?
a Scotch Brite pad.
I have nothing on it.
Yeah,
Just water.
Just water. This is the
thought if
the
it's
gentle one.
Thought if it's a little bit rougher, but nah,
Yeah.
doesn't
This,
seem
this
like
one
it's-
is what they call the non-scratch version. So it just takes off easy to remove topical things.
Yeah, it's
And it's
It's not doing anything different
nothing
than
whatsoever.
the sponge, so...
Yep, zero. So I think we're probably going to call it quits here unless she decides to get more adventurous. So we'll just take a good look going this way. You can see where there's a couple of spots that probably been there for years, and I guess we just hadn't really cared. There's a close-up here from left to right. You can see there's a couple of spots there. But wow. Just using some good old elbow grease. No massively toxic chemicals, stinky chemicals. Yeehaw. Yet another use for, all kinds of dishwashing liquids will probably work. We just happen to use Palmolive. Okay, I guess that's it.
Get rid of these. I'm gonna do the glass top.
Oh, okay.